A while ago, I caught myself wondering if I was somehow falling behind in life. I'm in my 20s, and everywhere I look, it feels like the world revolves around love. Movies tell us we'll finally be happy once we find the one. Songs make heartbreak sound poetic. Social media is filled with couples traveling together, celebrating anniversaries, and living what looks like the perfect life. After seeing enough of that, it's hard not to ask yourself, am I missing something? Sometimes it even feels like being loved by someone else has become the biggest measure of your worth, as if having a relationship means you've made it and being single means you're somehow incomplete. I know that's not true, but I'd be lying if I said, and I've felt that way. One quote has stayed with me for years: we accept the love we think we deserve. At first, I thought it was just about relationships. Now I think it's really about ourselves, because the way we see ourselves quietly shapes every relationship we walk into. If deep down we believe we're not enough, we'll often tolerate things we shouldn't, we'll settle, we'll ignore red flags, we'll convince ourselves that being treated poorly is better than being alone. But when you genuinely know your worth, your standards change. You stop chasing people who make you question yourself. You start choosing people who add peace to your life instead of chaos. Now, don't get me wrong, I still want love. I want someone to build a life with, someone to laugh with after a long day, someone who chooses me, and someone I can choose every single day. Wanting that doesn't make you weak. It's part of being human. We are wired for connection. We need people, we need friendships, family, community, and for many of us, we hope to find romantic love too. But here's what I've been learning: no relationship can fix a relationship you don't have with yourself. If your happiness depends entirely on another person, you're handing them the keys to your self worth, and that's a dangerous place to live. Because people change, relationships end, life happens. If your identity is built on someone else's love, it falls apart when they leave. That's why self love isn't about pretending you don't need anyone. It's about making sure your happiness doesn't disappear when someone else does. When you respect yourself, you naturally teach people how to treat you. You stop begging for the bare minimum. You stop shrinking yourself to fit into someone else's life. You stop accepting less than you deserve. And ironically, that's often when healthy relationships begin to find you. Not because you've become perfect, but because you've stopped believing you have to earn love by abandoning yourself. These days, I'm trying to redefine what love means. I'm no longer looking for someone else to complete me. I'm looking for someone who complements the life I'm already building. Someone who sees my flaws and stays anyway. And until that person comes along, I'm learning to become someone I'm proud of. Does being single still hurt sometimes? Yes, it does. There are moments when loneliness creeps in and I wonder what it would be like to have someone beside me. But I'm starting to realize that being alone doesn't mean being unworthy. Maybe this season of life isn't about waiting for someone else. Maybe it's about becoming the person I've always wanted to be. So if you've ever felt like you're falling behind because everyone else seems to have found love, you're not behind. Your story is simply unfolding at its own pace. And when the right person eventually walks into your life, I hope they don't become the reason you finally feel enough. I hope they simply remind you of something you've already learned. You were enough long before they arrived.